swagger, okay? Regardless of what happens out there. Doesn't matter. Keep your swagger.
Hey, welcome into the 5-Hole Fantasy Hockey Podcast. We are your hosts for the final live show of 2025, Alan and Jay. Totally not fantasy hockey relevant, but Jay, did you check out the Olympic roster for Canada?
Oh my goodness.
You.
Oh my goodness, Alan, throwing me out there. It's been a week and a half coming back in the New Year's. I'm gonna have to dig up the rosters as they go, to be honest. Big names, I heard. What was the whole shenanigans with Sam Bennett? I think that's probably the biggest.
Right.
The biggest setup.
You got
there.
Tom Wilson. And then pretty much your entire PK, Hagel and Sorelli. I love it. That's gonna do some sweet killing for you.
I mean, the big one I will have to say too is it's not like Benner has really played amazingly, and
right. Oh, and Logan Thompson. I'm happy he made the roster this year. He probably won't be your starter, but I'm happy he finally got his flowers this time around.
And I guess we do have to call out, I guess, finally, well, like it wasn't really a surprise on any stretch, but Celebrini did make it for the final dance. And I guess they aren't. I guess this is a statement, I guess, that Bedard is way further away than than what anyone else.
But like for those watching, like I said, I can't wait for Jason Robertson to get stiffed. And I hope he finds that Phil Kessel tweet from the World Cup of Hockey back in like 2016. Says like, yep, just sitting here with my dog. Feel like I should be doing something important, but can't quite put my finger on it. Bill Guerin, you're kind of bad if you pass on him.
I mean, Alan, I was gonna say too, like to throw it back to you, like was there like a slated announcement? Like
no, I don't think they've announced the entire roster. I think just a handful of guys. I think like Seth Jones comes to mind. And I think like 3 or 4 other names I've seen out there today, but their names escape me right now.
Because it says that Bill Guerin has his team set, and I'm like, that's cool. Like, give me the names.
Where are they?
Like,
they're probably doing it like they probably didn't want to steal each other's thunder today, so it's probably Team Canada today. Maybe we'll get like Team USA tomorrow or Saturday or something. I don't know. Anyway, before we get in the weeds here, we're here with last show of the year for your shutdown shift preview of the weekend. Hopefully help you shut down your opponent, get that W. Before we get into it, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow the podcast wherever you do that. Or if you haven't done that already, come hang out with us on our Discord community with over 3,000 members, or you can follow us on Twitter for the updates or slide into our DMs, which you can also do on Twitter or on the Discord. Got a few people who do that regularly. Forgot to pull up the slides again. But yeah, storylines. A trade happened. I don't know how fantasy relevant it'll end up being. But Igor Chinakhov finally got his trade out of Columbus. Went from Columbus Blue Jackets to the Pittsburgh Penguins for Danton Heinen, who was currently in the AHL. Hasn't really been fantasy relevant since I think his days in Boston. I remember him being a fringe stream on weeks that Boston had a good schedule, and then a couple picks. I don't know. I think he's got that high draft pedigree, so hopefully, his big complaint was he wasn't getting like the good ice time, great ice time, whatever. So I don't know. I think he only really gets fantasy relevant if he can crack that second line, bump Justin Brazeau off. I don't know if he's good enough right off the rip to bump Anthony Mantha off power play 1. Especially if Malkin comes back. I don't see him cracking that power play 1 in Pittsburgh. I don't know, Jay, you interested at all if he can at least crack that line 2?
I think, Alan, you said it. One word hit the nail on the head, and it was fringe. And I think that's pretty much as relevant as that is for fantasy hockey at the moment.
Yeah, and I think even if Heinen makes the Blue Jackets roster, I just feel like they have so much of that young talent there. Yeah, there's not much here that's really any fantasy relevant. And this came in, I don't know, I didn't feel like including it in the slide. It just seemed like there was a lot of chatter on Twitter about it, a lot of other shows, a lot of other pundits were making a bigger deal about it. I don't think it's as big a deal as maybe other people are making it out to be. Avs have mixed up their power play one again, even though they said at the beginning of the season this is something they would do based on their opponent or other means, metrics, whatever. So practice this morning, it was McKinnon and Makar. Those guys are never going anywhere unless they're injured. And then you had Brock Nelson, Arturi Lehkonen, and Valerie Nichushkin. Those are the new guys. I don't really think there's much you can do here fantasy-wise because the only guy you probably have a shot at picking up off the wire right now is Brock Nelson. I just checked before the show. I think he's like 57, 58% owned. I don't think there's much you can do here. I think any of these guys that are the guys you would own, you just got to hold through the peaks and valleys. I think, Jay, that's probably all we can do.
Yeah, and I guess the real surprise there is Natchez, right? Like, why in the world would Natchez not be on line one? But anyways, not on power play one. But
I think I'm sure he's still line one. I mean, maybe I didn't check the even strength lines. Everyone is just screaming the sky was falling over power play one. I'm sure line one is probably still like Landeskog, McKinnon, Natchez, or Lehkonen, Makar, or Lehkonen, McKinnon, Natchez. Anyway, it's just that power play one's changed. Something to make note of. You're probably not going to get any of those players unless you trade for them.
Realistically, I am but a lowly podcaster, and who am I to challenge a Bednar who's got what, the Avs on the second longest winning streak in the league behind the Buffalo Sabres? Like, he probably knows what he's doing.
Right? He probably knows a thing or two. And then I don't know. Well, and then it's weird. It's something bizarre. And maybe just Rantanen was just that pivotal to that power play, but I'd have to look up where they are in the league. But I know that for some reason the Avs are one of the worst power plays in the league this season. It's no, let's look it up. Let's look it up right now.
It's right
on the season. Somehow they are one of the worst power plays.
The team that is 16-0-1 at 16-0-2 at home is one of the worst power play teams. Don't say this.
Yeah. Power play percentage.
God. Oh,
they're not like, but okay. They're third from the bottom.
They're bottom third.
15 point. They've converted at 15.5 for the year, and that puts them at third worst.
Oh my goodness, Alan. Toronto's worse than them, right? Oh my God.
No, the only two teams worse than them on the season are Calgary and LA.
Oh, the Leafs have truly ascended out.
So I truly think this is just them trying to get something going. Well, so yeah, right again, now you're not going to get any of these guys if you don't already have them.
They are 9-0-1 in their last 10. They have never lost in regulation this entire season. We are, Alan, now halfway through the season. This is disgusting. This is nuts. And they still have a power play to improve upon. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and I mean, really, it's, we all know the refs follow the whistles come playoffs anyway. So if you can win all your games at even strength, you're doing okay. You're doing okay. But injuries, so right as Carolina has probably one of the best schedules you can possibly have, 5-game week. Pyotr Kochetkov decides he's going to go and have himself a surgery for a lingering lower body injury. He is expected to be out the rest of the season. Rod Brindamore quoted as saying they had a luxury with kind of having 3 goalies to choose between, but now they just kind of have to figure it out. So Brandon Bussey, as of earlier today, was at 58% ownership. Freddie Anderson was at 34%. I feel terrible for recommending someone in the Discord to start Anderson last night. I did not realize he was that freaking bad at this point. Yeah, he may just be playing terrible. Freddie Anderson is 5-9-2 on the season with less than 20. It was like 18.8% quality starts. He has a 3.38 goals against average and a 8.65 save percentage.
It's like
and
when you were like, the worst he can get is Swiss cheese, and he turns it to be straight spoiled milk.
He is just pure roast beef sandwich, as Zach would put it. Like in his last eight games, 0 wins and 0 quality starts. I was like, it's just the Pens, man. Like, yeah, they just beat the Blackhawks like 7-3, but that's like the Blackhawks without Bedard, without Nazar, like, and they're probably missing other guys I don't even like know off the top of my head.
And of course, Carolina, just doing Carolina things, still at the top of the Metropolitan Division, just hanging out anyway.
Don't try to pick up Freddie. Like, don't spot start Freddie. Just see if Brandon Bussey's available. Just board the Magic School Bussey. And yeah, because he's like the 13-1-1 and 15 starts, like just epic level goaltending. See if he's available.
100%.
And then I don't know, Jay, maybe you'll be able to clue me in on some of these, but the Leafs are beat up. Like bad. You got Dakota Joshua out with a kidney injury. Austin Matthews was a game time decision yesterday. Didn't play. He's day-to-day now. William Nylander has been just kind of in it. It just reminds me of the Rupe Hintz of like several years ago, where it's just like he's day-to-day. No, he's not playing. Or he's
Rupe
playing.
Hintz actually was day-to-day and somehow ended up playing, whereas Nylander's day-to-day goes the other way, right?
Yeah, so Nylander seems to be better about giving us notice if he's going to play or not. And then Chris Tanev probably going to actually miss time here with a groin injury. Like, good God. But, you shut out, good on you. You shut out the Devils last night for nothing. But you're still kind of bottom of the Atlantic. Like, what is going on in Toronto, like, injury-wise here?
Yeah, it's really weird because when I looked across that entire lineup with how the ice was split and whatnot, no forward got over 20 minutes. So everyone was putting in a shift across all 4 lines. Well, I guess maybe almost 3.5 lines. Poor Jacob Quillen in a game where everyone gets minutes, so he only pulls 7 minutes in. Just, the one guy on the bench that doesn't get the shift. But yeah, like it really more than anything was a definitely a team effort, but not just team effort, but I guess what's that classic hockey phrase, Alan? Pucks in deep, short shifts, pucks in deep, basically. Yeah, that's kind of how the game rolled and went. I think it was like empty net goals made the score look
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and I think at the end too, I think that was Wall's very first shutout of the season. So a lot of things had to go right yesterday against honestly, New Jersey team that themselves aren't exactly, like dusting themselves some gloss either.
I should have saved the stat. I failed myself. What is it they have? Was it like 10 goals in the last 7 games? Something about like their team shooting percentage is just abysmally low right now. So again, I think we said it like a little bit ago before Jack came back, like buy low on Jesper Bratt. Probably still you have your window there to buy low on these guys. Even Yahoo put out like, if you have notifications turned on, they're like, hey, go out and get Jack Hughes. I would say there's a window open to get some of these Jersey guys before they kind of regress back to scoring again.
I'm gonna say the East is just so bunched up right now. Like Columbus sitting right at the bottom, and I think I think there's 5 or 6 points out of a playoff spot. Like it's just a very bunched up division right now. Anyone can be anywhere.
Because what is it? What was the stat I saw today? It was like every team in the Eastern Conference is like over 5-0 or at 5-0 and above or something insane.
Yeah.
There you go, Gary Bettman. You wanted your parody. This is what it looks like.
Yeah, where's Bettman in the back room right now celebrating like with his hands in the air? But I would say more than anything that looking forward, this coming schedule through until that Olympic break, I think is going to be pivotal for so many teams. This is taking I guess a term from European soccer, but I think the phrase is a flat track bully, right? Like you need in some ways friendly schedules and then like pound down those teams that are quote unquote your winnable games, right? I know there's so much parity, so to speak, but look at the Leafs in their upcoming 2 games, right? There's struggling Winnipeg Jets. I don't know how many games
they've
lost.
Yeah, Jets. What, aren't they in last place now?
I think they are. I think they're in last place. I don't know
what the heck. And this confirms my bias, Jay. This confirms my bias that they are a middling team held up by Connor Hellebuck.
Connor Hellebuck's groins.
If you took Connor Hellebuck, Vezina caliber or Vezina contender year in, year out, away from the Winnipeg Jets, that they are just a middling team. And look at what happened when he was out for 4 to 6 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks. Bottom. It is frightening.
He is back, and I don't want to say it's not made a difference, but I think they're 2-0 down to Detroit right now too. And it's like, God, it's
perfect. Perfect. I was manifesting that Gibson win tonight. I told someone to play Gibson, and I'm playing Gibson in a spot. So
for sure. But the big one is just that when you look at standings, rankings, player targets overall, I would say I would advise any managers as well coming into the new year. Alan and I have said this for years, but basically look for the angle in the window in which the team is playing for or against something. I know these are professionals. I know they'll play to the best of their abilities. They need game tape and everything anyway. But yeah, if you have a team that is, in the hunt for a playoff spot and it's a win or go home situation compared to a team that is already mentally in Cancun, like they are not going to play with the same intensity and fire just because of what it is. Not a lot of opportunity, I would say, necessarily at the bottom of the West in that way. I know there are some guys that are, we'll mention it too. Like if you look at like Vancouver, Chicago, I don't know about Winnipeg, but yeah, Vancouver, Chicago, I think there are guys that are possibly streamable, but let's be real here. I'm stealing some quotes from those fantasy footballers too, but I remember the quote was, if you trust analytics, once your team is eliminated from the playoffs, Alan, what does analytics say? Analytics says, go lose as many games as possible to get a good draft pick. Like it's weird to trust analytics in some ways and then play obviously against it in some ways. So I guess keep these incentives in mind. Whereas if you look at in the East, like look at some of those teams at the bottom, Alan, I think they're still like very, very, not farmable. What's the word I'm looking for? Very free agent waiver wireable, I guess. Like Columbus, look up around Boston, like Pittsburgh, right? Like all those teams in the East that are going to be jostling around Buffalo Sabres, those guys are going to be good value targets, especially when we mention them, especially since they actually have achievable playoff ambitions in their eyes. It's amazing for them. So much hope.
Yeah. Moving on. Adam Fox returned today. Hopefully you got him in for that 12:30 game. I tried to sound the alarm, call Gondor for aid, to get him, make sure everyone knew about those early games. Obviously he took a spot on power play 1. I think he had definitely a power play goal and then like an assist or a power play assist or something. So hopefully again, he got him in. And then Darcy Kemper, also made the Canadian team, activated off IR. Kings went 2-5-0 without him. So yeah, they needed him bad to,
he got an assist. He got a goal and assist, and that goal was a power play goal. Adam Fox.
Nice. Okay. And then Alex Lyon returning to Buffalo to be evaluated, will miss a bit of time. So it sounds like it's the UPL show. I don't know if they're I haven't heard anything about a recall or call up yet, and I can't remember if I've heard Colton Ellis is
it's got to be Colton Ellis, right?
Is he healthy? I can't remember hearing if he was healthy or not yet.
He
If not,
was.
I wonder if we see
Oh
what's his
yes, he was.
face.
He was activated off IR. He was
Okay.
out with a concussion.
Okay, so yeah, maybe we see Colton Ellis again. Man, I wonder why they're trying so hard not to let us see that one prospect from like a few years ago that
Devin
seemed
Levi?
like, yeah, I wonder why we haven't seen Devin Levi at all in years. Like all of a sudden we see this
Yeah,
Colton Ellis kid instead of Devin Levi.
that is really weird. But
That
Alan, by
they
the
would
way,
rather run this three-headed goalie monster over us seeing Devin Levi.
did you not want to see good old Alexander Forgiev back in action?
No, actually, I think he's in the K now or one of the European leagues.
I think so too.
I think that just completely flew under the radar. But yeah, that's it. And then moving on to the weekend preview. No Thursday, Friday, Sunday scheduled teams, but of note, I did see Seattle has a nice little Thursday, Friday back to back where they play Nashville and Vancouver. But man, Nashville got fists, man. I don't know. They beat Vegas today. Who else did they beat? That they're a little scary. I don't know,
they're
man.
one point out of the playoff spot, which is kind of
Yeah.
weird to say. I swear they were.
I still insist that they don't quite have the roster to be doing what they're doing. And then especially if you look at like, so Stamkos got his 600 goal today. Congratulations to him on that. I wish it was with Tampa, but it is what it is. He's a great player. So if you look at the heat map on where his first few goals were in the season and then where his next several were, he goes from his like left circle dot to net front. Like, so it's clear that they've completely mixed up like what their strategy is there in Nashville. They're crashing the net.
With Stamkos?
Yeah. And so I'm like, that's not what he does, but
No.
Okay.
But he's scoring, so who am I?
So who cares, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Alan,
anyway,
this is insane. He has 6 goals in his past 6 games. Am I seeing this
yeah.
right?
I actually think it's a little bit more than that. I know one of the accounts I've been and I suggest if you're on Twitter, they're a good follow. And I think I've referenced one of their posts here on the show, Beebs Bondy. They're one of the writers for Daily Face Off. Yeah, good follow. I think it might even be more than that. It might be like 10 goals in 10 games or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's 10 goals in 10 games, Alan, but he got 4 goals in 1 game. That's what I mean.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. So it's a little
skewed and wonky a little bit. I remember receiving and seeing trade offers after his 4-goal game.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's exactly what you do. You try to trade him while he's
hot. Yeah.
Whatever. But yeah, Seattle's got that nice little Thursday, Friday back-to-back against very winnable teams. But yeah, interestingly enough, Seattle, I think they've won 3 or 4 since the Marchment trade. They're rolling a little bit. Like that might be, I don't know, if he got a few extra ads this week, that might be a little team to target for that back-to-back there. Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. First up, you got Carolina, usual suspects we mentioned at the top of the week. With Ghost Bear out, though, Nikishin has finally seen Power Play 1, the moment a lot of us have been waiting for, but he is 66% owned, so odds are you will not be able to pick him up. But yeah, most everyone is still widely available, like Jordan Stahl, Jackson Blake, Stankoven, all these guys are out there.
I think Jackson Blake is the guy that's probably the good mix between ownable.
I think so. And it sucks. Like I thought Jackson Blake was going to be the guy, line 1, whatever. But now I've seen like Eric Robinson on line 1. This is just, rules of the road for Carolina. Just no one sticks. Throw a dart, whatever. In Chicago, again, I feel like this is just like I'd rather pick someone else to stream from, especially without Bedard Nazar, but Tyler Bertuzzi, 46%. He's the highest owned player. You got Ryan Donato, Power Play 1. Ryan Green is your 1C. If you're looking for hits, Colton Dock, 133 hits on the season. He gets 11 to 13 minutes a night, so not great, I guess, if you're looking for points there. But hits, he'll get you hits. Anyone you're looking at there, Jay, or you kind of same thoughts, like without Bedard. Without Nazar, I'm kind of staying away.
Staying away, I guess, is like a little strong, but I would just say, yeah, like come back to this team. Come back to this team, as you mentioned. Like, you know, if he's the only guy you can slot in, yeah, I would say availability is still the best ability. But yeah, like looking at that sort of slate of other teams, right? Like I think there are other ones that you can go on to where I would say I would probably start with those guys first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is like last resort. If you're in like a 20-teamy league and everyone's beating you to the better teams, yeah, then you're Chicago. But next up, Montreal. Keeping Carlson guys kind of reminded me, yeah, he's out there. I try to stay away from recommending center onlys because, you know, you got Saturday in here. It's going to be hard to slot him in. Oliver Kapanen, he is still centering the second line, and it is cooking right now. I think he's got like 3-ish. Yeah, I think 3 points his last 3 games, something like that. Alex Texier is allegedly on that top line over Zach Bolduc. Who knows if that holds? I don't know why they moved Bolduc off that top line. Yeah, apparently we can add Montreal to the list of teams that just kind of adjust their power play 1 personnel based on their opponents, like the Avs, like the Devils. I think there might be 1 or 2 more that have kind of said at the top of the season that they're just going to mix up power play 1 based on who they're playing. But yeah, last lineup I saw had Demidov back on power play 1. Another guy to see if he's available. He's been on a little bit of a tear lately. Who knew you put Slav and Demidov on that second line together? They just light it up.
Alan, I was gonna mention just with the next team. Sorry, actually, yeah, I'll let you go with the next team first.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah. Anthony Manthaman, still line 1, still lottery ticket, 14% owned. I feel like I've always, I don't know. It kind of seems like other people out there make it sound like they've always done. It's like, yeah, he's always been out there for Pittsburgh. It's just, he's always been a lottery ticket. Yeah, Justin Brazeau, he's also on line 2. Don't let that hat trick fool you. He's really just there to give you some category coverage. But Chris Letang, 37% owned. He's got 3 assists in his last 3 games. I don't think that includes yesterday's game, if I'm remembering when I put these notes together. Is there anyone you can think of, Jay? I mean, there's Chinikov. I don't think we've seen line. You know, we haven't seen lines yet with him in the mix. I checked earlier today. I don't think they've had a practice yet.
Yeah, no, I'm so deep in the weeds mentally with like literally I'll walk you through where my brain process went. Basically, I saw Pittsburgh, instantly thought of the Skinner Jari trade, and then it was like, oh my goodness, yeah, Jari, like what the hell happened with that injury? And then I like went deep in the weeds on it and the whole thing. So that's where my mind was going at. In terms of Pittsburgh specifically, I'm just
Skinner got his first win.
Yes,
a pretty good win,
which is objectively better than not. But oh my goodness, like I don't know, it's like some sort of reverse Freaky Friday on a Wednesday, Alan, where this team traded goalies and then now they're still with Pickard anyway, but then now they're top of the division. So
yeah. Edmonton. Yeah.
So did they do something right? I guess they did. I don't know. This is so strange.
I've seen a few. Well, I've seen a few things on Edmonton. Parts of why they're suddenly better.
Right.
I think one thing we mentioned on the show before I know was that Edmonton played just a shit ton of games on the road to start the season. Right. That has a hand in it. I think Florida is now going to see a shit ton of games on the road to end the season, was something I saw today.
So Florida theoretically has a lot of points to lose. Is that what you're saying?
Actually, I made sure to screenshot that, and that will absolutely be in our playoff primer episode coming up. Yeah. Along with I took a screenshot of, I know I retweeted it. It was kind of a strength of schedule for everyone for the rest of the season. And everyone can do with that as they will. But I don't think Edmonton or some of these other teams can or matter here. But yeah, I know that was one of the things that hurt Edmonton was kind of being on the road a lot. And then I don't
And they're
know.
slated. Hold on, you're telling me Edmonton, who's top of the Pacific right now, is slated to have a shit ton of home games coming up for the rest of the season?
Yes. So that can absolutely. Yeah, where was it? Screenshots.
Well,
Edmonton.
then.
Yes. So so they play 24 games at home and 16 on the road.
For the rest of the season?
Yes.
Oh God. Okay. Well, yeah. Looking at their competition for the rest of it, it sure looks like a shit ton more
Or wait,
winnable.
I'm reading this wrong. Okay, so the post says Edmonton has played 24 of 40 games on the road thus far. Florida is at the other end with only 15 of their first 40 games on the road. Florida and
Oh,
Toronto will have much tougher second half of the season in regard to home and away games.
you're telling me Toronto, a middling non-playoff team, has a tougher rest of season schedule? Jeez. Alan, don't tell me this, man. Not great for me to hear. Oh my goodness.
Oh, here we go. Nice. Even though it's not any of the teams we're talking about, but yeah, in the chat here, Patrick Marchman on Power Play 1 tonight, which actually doesn't surprise me. Like, I kind of thought there would be a road for him to get Power Play 1 in Columbus. And I think I saw he got a goal tonight, which is awesome. He's fitting right in Columbus. I don't know how much of that is they're just kind of still letting him just run, play his game, or if he's just a fit. But that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't Alan, how do you feel about that sort of setup though? Like, how do you feel when it's wait, give me a second. I'm gonna pull up Marchment. I didn't see the trade details specifically. Who was the
the guy that kind of went there was a player that ended up kind of going the other way. I don't think it was anyone ended up being of any fantasy value.
Yeah, I don't know, like Marchman traded by Kraken. But so anyway.
I think it was just picks, wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess he's bounced around then. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough when I can only imagine how tough it is on the player where, I mean, it's kind of like a, what do you call it, world's smallest violin here, for the multi-million-dollar pro player. But at the same time, it's like, he was how many games away from a Stanley Cup final, Alan? And then now he's playing for,
I know, Columbus, yeah.
That sort of mental state probably just like fucks with you and like messes up how you perform. Because truthfully, what is he playing for? Like a better lottery pick next year that he might not be even on the team for.
Especially in Seattle, man. I don't know. Yeah, moving on. Friday, Sunday, Florida. I don't know. Anton Lundell, for some reason, just won't cross 50% ownership. I don't know why. Probably, maybe because he's center only. A bunch of these other guys, very lowly owned, should be able to find them. Same 12 guys we talk about all the time: Sam Miskevich, Luosterainen, Erod. Again,
Greer.
AJ Greer, Luke Kunin for riffs. I know your boy Jay, Nico Mikkola, available for hits too.
I guess the other name, if there ever was one, is probably check on Ekblad and see if he's around. But
yeah, because I feel like I've seen him kind of jump hands in a couple leagues I'm in.
Yes.
I don't know why. I don't know if he saw like Power Play 1 for a minute or something, and someone decided it was like, oh, he's available, okay, or just that saw that they had a good schedule and decided to pick him up. I don't know.
Alan, these guys are not really fantasy performing to value draft capital wise anywhere near close to what I guess people were expecting.
No, he's been this way for years. Ekblad, if he's not getting Power Play 1, he's worthless. He's always been that way.
Yeah, it's
just people don't want to see it. I was one of them for a while until like, yeah, I remember listening to fantasy hockey podcast guys, and they're just, yeah, he's a vanilla player. Like, it's without that Power Play 1, he is worthless.
Yeah, he's not doing enough. Definitely doing nowhere near enough to justify.
No,
I don't know about not justify a guy on the roster, right? Like at the end of the day, if you look at the schedule this week, yes, I would say take for at least those off nights. But yeah, that aside, Alan, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I
it's a
mean,
hard
he
hold.
keeps the performance enhancing drug department, happy, but he doesn't do much for fantasy. Vegas, Lazon, I'd say for cat coverage. McNabb just went day to day in today's game, which is awesome because I used my last ad to take advantage of that category coverage.
Right.
So thanks for the fish. Not a whole lot else here. Braden Bowman has really slowed down, moved down the lineup. Yeah, I don't know, Jay. There's really not much else in this. Everyone, pretty much everyone worth a darn is pretty much owned on this team.
We've already said Barbashev, yeah.
Yeah, there's Barbashev too.
Barbashev.
Again, to me, I feel like most of his value is not stuff that shows up in the box score.
Yeah, he's kind of, well, it's crazy because he's got 5 points in his last 4 games, but how
He does? Oh, okay. Well,
but
no,
how does
I'm
he?
probably wrong.
But then prior to that, he had no points in his last 4 games. So I don't know. He seems to.
So
be
I feel
kinda
like
just
he
a
has
streak player.
flashes of
Yeah.
But then when
I
you
think
pick him up is when he does the nothing for 4
he's
games.
he's the cactus in the desert. You know what I mean? He is literally alone, the only thing of value in an otherwise desolate place. And it's not that a cactus is great either. It's just that it's better than nothing.
Right. And I'm kind of I don't know. I don't know how many games it's been, but I'm kind of hoping Marner's keeps playing center just long enough that they give him center, so he's a unicorn. Be great.
Well, at least it's better than hoping that he goes on like plays D like those years ago when we were.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine if they ended up playing Marner and he gets friggin' all 4 somehow?
I know.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be amazing. Oh man. Anyways.
Yeah, anyways. So goalies, went too far. There, okay, goalie streams on the same slide. Yeah, so Friday, Saturday, we got Mini. You're not getting either of those goalies. St. Louis, we got versus Vegas, and then what was that versus Montreal? And then Vancouver versus Seattle versus Boston. I don't know if you can get, I mean, a Lankinen start wouldn't be. I would take a Lankinen start versus Seattle.
Alan, do you think Hofer and Binnington are not inverted, so to speak? Like, I didn't realize how many games
Hofer's been the better goalie, and I feel like it's not
it's
not even close lately.
And it's been a pretty much near 1A 1B split at this point. No,
yeah,
it's been pretty much a 1A 1B split. Yeah. I think that ownership percentage should probably flip, truthfully, but.
Oh yeah, especially now that it's now that the Jari trades happen and there's no longer that rumor that Binnington could go to Edmonton. I think Binnington's ownership should drop.
Yeah,
and what was
issue creator rightfully.
I didn't try to commit to memory all the names, but there was funny. I saw a list of it was like Canadian goalies with a higher save percentage than Binnington so far this year, and it was a good number. It was like at least a dozen guys. But I mean, you got to remember, like someone in the comments said, it was like it's not the St. Louis Blues playing in the Olympics. It's Canadian hockey
Canada.
players. So
I mean, Alan, I'm Canadian, and I'm telling you, my goals against average may or may not be better than his. Anyway.
And then Saturday, Sunday teams, you got there's quite a few here, so I won't try to. I'll spare the audio only listeners. You got Carolina, Chicago, Colorado, Columbus, Montreal, Jersey, Pittsburgh. Yeah, definitely don't try to start
Carolina, right? See who's
see if Bussy's available as like as a medium to long term hold, but no, do not start Freddie Anderson. I mean Jersey. Why do I have Jersey playing Jersey? That's not right.
Alan, what about wins though? Oh, yeah, they're playing Jersey, right? So
why is Jersey playing Jersey?
No, Jersey ain't playing Jersey.
I need to prove that. Jersey is playing Utah and Carolina. Jake Allen, I mean, is always nice for a start. He's actually, I feel like he's been the better goalie than Markstrom this season.
He's also losing 1-0 to Columbus at the moment. But not to say he shouldn't be drafted.
Don't stop noshing on my bias, Jay. Yeah, I wouldn't want. I mean, Spencer Knight's probably highly owned in Chicago. I wouldn't want a Soderblom start ever. Both Chicago goalies, I'm sure, are super owned up. Yeah, I don't want the Columbus goalies. And then I'm back to I don't want anything to do with Fowler.
Shelov's?
You know what? Shelov's hasn't been bad.
Shelov's against the Jackets, I think, is a very winnable game.
That's spicy. Yeah, I would do that. Especially on Sunday as like a Hail Mary. I would do that. Even what's Skinner's ownership? I bet his ownership's dropped some.
37%. Yeah. So the only thing is that, like, the most likely angle I would see is that Skinner plays 3 in a row, I'm assuming, right? He plays like the New Year, and then he also plays January 3rd, and then I guess he plays both games against Detroit and then does not play the back-to-back.
And this is, I mean, I'm sure I can see why a lot of people would have Pittsburgh as like a strong team to stream from the week, but I don't know, man. Detroit's been pretty good lately. I will give that to them. I will concede that. Right? So it's like, I've been toward the top of the Atlantic. So it's like, no, why am I? Oh, you know, Mantha is probably the guy to stream from that team. Why am I spending a lot? You know, why am I going to go for a lottery ticket when 2 of those games are going to be tough?
Right. Against literally the top. Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah. I don't know. But it is what it is, right? That's why you try to catch lightning in a bottle. But for me, I would much rather, maybe, you know, that Mantha is a Hail Mary against Columbus. Sure. But I don't know. Maybe try to see if Bussy's available. I don't like his odds against Colorado though, but I definitely wouldn't want to try to start Freddie Anderson against Colorado.
Maybe not. No, maybe not.
But yeah, I like whoever gets that Pittsburgh game against Columbus. Definitely.
For sure.
But yeah, looking ahead to next week. I hate this because in one league I owned 3 players on the team that has the worst schedule, but best schedules. You got Utah, you got Washington. And actually it was nice in two leagues. Yeah, 2 leagues. I was able to grab Protas off of waivers. It was nice. And it was actually weird because would he have a goal today? And I think even before that, when I grabbed him, he had like 3 points in his last 2 games or something. So yeah, I would see if anyone's dropped him, you know, if your week's looking bad. But yeah, next week with 2 games on no off nights, Tampa. So it hurts because I think in 2 leagues I have Darren Radish, who you can drop right now. He's doing better than Hedman was when he was healthy.
Crazy.
I got guys like, you know, I have Kucherov in one spot. I got guys like Point, Gensel. I mean, if you got Hagel, you can't try. Like, you see, there's so many guys on that team you can't drop. So it hurts. But yeah, I think that's it, Jay. Unless you got anything, or
let's roll with it.
All right. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this year. Listening live, do not imbibe and drive, please. Uber is not that hard to use. But yeah, we will see you next year on Saturday for Sit Start, and then we'll be back shortly with the script for, was it week 14 already? Good God. But yeah, good night, good mental health, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, all. We will pick you up later.